What's going on, family? How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you're doing well. You know what it is. You know who it is. What's going on? It's your main man, 100 grand. You see the logo. Looks good, don't it? Yeah, the logo. Yeah, on the show. That's what up, though. Your main man, 100 grand. Your brother from another mother, Dr. Eddie. And of course, y'all know what I need. I need some big energy. Come on. Put some fire emojis in the chat. You know how we'd always do it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your emoji hands. Come on. I don't know about you, but I'm fired up. I am ready to go. That's for sure. Sure is true, truly, Dr. Eddie. We are in the mix. And I am right here in the mix of six. And I'm ready. Dr. Eddie in the mix of six. I'm ready. Are you ready? If so, type, let's mix it up. Yeah, type, let's mix it up. Today's topic, new topic, is entitled, You're Under Arrest. Whoop, whoop. Really? Yeah. You're under arrest. Locked up. Won't let me out. And yeah. We're going to get into all of that. Why would I call today's topic, You're Under Arrest? Now, I'm not putting you in jail. I'm not reading you any Miranda rights. I don't have any law degrees, so I can't judge you. I'm talking about arrested development. That's what we're going to talk about. You're under arrest. We're talking about arrested development. Now, when we think about arrested development, what is arrested development? I'm so glad you asked. And here's what I need you to do. I need you to invite somebody in. Yeah, invite somebody in for this. Tag, tweet, tell, text somebody. Since we're in the mix of six, I need you to share this with at least 6 people. I want to talk about arrested development. What is arrested development? I'm so glad that you asked, simply because arrested development is more than a satirical sitcom. Arrested Development is more than that which is aired on Fox, is aired on Netflix about a dysfunctional family. What Arrested Development means, that oftentimes we have plateaued our development. There's a plateau of development in some sphere that has been reached. What do I mean by that? Our growth has been stunted. Somebody, come on, family, just type grow. Type grow. Our growth has been stunted, right? And as a result of it, we're at a standstill. We're perplexed because There are some things that we look like and that we have matured to specifically on the outside, physical maturational development. But in many cases, does our inside affect our outside? Does our inside reflect our outside? Psychology Today says this. And actually, Psychology Today talks about arrested development from the standpoint that oftentimes many of us look grown up, but we aren't. Psychology Today. Many of us look grown up, but we're not. We walk around, here's what it says. We walk around with suits and briefcases and car keys and annuities. But inside we are 5. Inside we're 5 years old. Inside we're 10 years old. Inside we're 12. Inside we're 16. Because you always pouting. You always throwing a hissy fit. Yeah, look at you. Listen, there's a video I saw on social media of this parent. What did they do? They videotaped their child having a temper tantrum. Child's about 2-3 years of age. Had the phone out, videotaping their child having a temper tantrum. After the child finished having a temper tantrum, this is what the mother did. Played the video for the child to watch. Child is watching himself having a temper tantrum. All of a sudden, he goes from crying to now he's straight-faced, looking at himself like, is this me? This is how I was really acting? For real, for real? I'm supposed to be this grown, and I'm acting this grown? Come on. When's the last time you looked at yourself? Yeah. Psychology Today says, inside we are 5. We got suits, we got briefcases, got your hair done, nail done, everything did. Are you fancy, huh? Looking like the grown man that grown woman that you are. Yeah. Looking like the grown man that you are in your suit. Looking like the grown woman that you are in your skirt. But inside we are 5. Inside we are 10, 12, 16. We sit in boardrooms. We travel the world. But here it is, what they say. We are kids. Still playing dress up, playing house. Goes on to say it's not over yet. Goes on to say this. Our bodies matured, but our minds did not. Lord have mercy. I can shut the show down right now. Arrested Development. And here's what it is. I talked about this. I've talked about the bamboo tree before, but here's another revelation to this. Rather than being a bamboo tree, we are a bonsai tree. Dr. Eddie, what do you mean? Rather than moving to a place of just growing up, attaining, ascertaining our blessing, aspiring higher, blooming where it is that we've been planted, experiencing exponential growth like the bamboo tree that I told you about. In many cases, here's what it is. We are a bonsai tree. Dr. Eddie, what do you mean? If you remember anything about the bamboo tree, I told you it takes about 5 years before a bamboo tree experiences any growth. Why would it take that long when other trees around the bamboo tree are growing? Other trees are growing around the bamboo tree. Simply because the bamboo tree, here's what's going to happen. It's going to outgrow many other trees, so much so that it's going to outgrow every other tree from 80 to 130 feet in 8 weeks. Isn't that interesting? That's some serious exponential growth. Here's the thing. For it to grow that high, its roots have to run that much deeper. We want to get to the mountaintop. We want to soar high, but do we have the roots to hold the extent to where we want to climb exponentially? Here it is. For the bamboo tree to grow that high, its roots have to run that deep. For 5 years, what was happening? The bamboo tree was growing below the ground through a process called gravitropism. Gravitropism is where trees' roots run deep into the soil. Then for 8 weeks, it grows phototropic. You got gravitropic, which grows underground. You got phototropic that grows toward the light above ground. And here's the thing. We love to grow in the light. We love to grow where everybody can see us. We love to grow where we're taking selfies, where we're taking ussies, where folks are taking videos and photos of us. Because what? Now they the paparazzi. We love phototropic development. We love phototropic growth. We love to grow where everybody can see us. But here's the question I have for you. Can you grow in the dark? Can you grow when everybody else isn't seeing you? Can you grow when, like Drake said, you wasn't with me when I was shooting in the gym? Can you grow when here it is not a highlight reel? When you practice as hard as you want to play? Real growth doesn't happen in the light. It transpires in the dark. And too often, here it is. We are often like we are not bamboo trees. We are often like bonsai trees. You don't know anything about a bonsai tree, and maybe you got one in your house. A bonsai tree on the outside has all the characteristics of what a strong and what a sturdy tree would have. However, here it is. Rather than being allowed to reach its fullest size, its fullest capacity, bonsai trees are planted in miniature pots. Yeah. Bonsai trees are in miniature pots. So here's the thing. Their roots can't go deep. It can only go to the extent of how deep the pot is. So as a result, their roots are stunted. As a result, bonsai trees never grow to their fullest potential, which can be as high as 16 feet. As a result, they grow no higher than about 3 feet. Their tree design, bonsai tree is designed for a great and a powerful future that has been stunted in its growth. And there's a tragedy. It's a tragic situation about a bonsai tree in comparison to a bamboo tree. The tragedy of the bonsai tree is this, that it plays out in so many times in our lives. Tragedy of the tree is similar to, in many cases, how our lives are lived out. Why is that? Because we're designed to accomplish great things. We're designed to achieve amazing things. Our lives are unique. Our lives are perfectly prepared to become something special. We're called to make a significant difference. We're called to make significant strides in our world and the lives of those who are around us. But here's the thing. Far too often, our life's fullest potential has its development arrested. Like the bonsai tree, our fullest potential becomes stunted. And here's the thing. Bonsai tree can grow bigger just like any other normal tree. Bonsai tree can grow bigger than, in many cases, normal trees and plants. But to keep them as a bonsai in a pot, someone has to keep cutting the branches. Somebody has to keep cutting the roots. Somebody has to keep shaping the bonsai tree. I wonder today, who's shaping your mentality? What thoughts of you, simply because those thoughts have been impressed upon you, have been shaped by other people who want to trim you down, by other people who want to cut you, by other people who want to saw off your roots. Come on, family, just type remain rooted. Come on, family, I need you to type remain rooted. If I remain rooted, I'm going to bear some fruit. Here's what happens. A bonsai tree is routinely pruned. A bonsai tree is routinely trimmed. It never grows bigger. Why? Because its roots are restricted. Here's what happens with a bonsai tree. Bonsai trees are cultivated to remain small. Family, I need you to just type this. I need you to stop on a dime. I need you to type this. Type this right at this time. Stop on a dime. Type this at this time. Stop playing small. Yeah. Stop playing small. So many people have profited off of your pain. So many people have profited off the fact of you playing small. And here's the day that you stop putting a comma and you start putting a period and an exclamation point. I refuse to play small any longer. I refuse to allow you to cut my mentality. I refuse for you to try to cut me down. I'm taking the scissors back. Give me the clippers. Right? I refuse to keep playing small. I'm a bamboo tree. You want to make me a bonsai tree. Bonsai trees cultivated to remain small. And here's the thing. The Japanese art of bonsai involves growing a tree in a pot. That's all bonsai is. Bonsai tree is that which is relegated to a pot. And here's the thing. To grow a bonsai tree in a pot, you got to trim it to make it miniature. How many people have trimmed you to make your thoughts and your dreams and your mentality and your personal perception and perspective miniature? First, bonsai trees, they're usually grown in small pots. Now, here's the thing. The curse of growing a bonsai tree in a small pot is this. It restricts the roots and it prevents the tree from getting too big. Here it is. I know why the cage bird sings. Come on, Maya Angelou. They want to put you in a cage. They want to put you in a crib when you belong in a king-size bed. And here's the thing. If you got people in your life who are not supporting you, you don't have a circle, you have a cage. They want to put you in a pot to make you stop. They want to stop your growth. They want to arrest your development. They want to put you under the arrest. They want to arrest your anointing. They want to arrest your gifting. Come on. You're an eagle caged in. Here it is. I want to talk. Where my eagles at? Come on, Eagles family. Drop some eagle emojis in the chat. What I love about it, Isaiah 40:31 said, you're going to run and you won't be weary. You're going to walk and you will not faint. You're going to mount up with wings as an eagle. If you're going to mount up with wings as an eagle, you got to get out of the cage. I need you to make sure that you join my Breakthrough Academy. Come on. Come to my Breakthrough Academy. You're going to find out how to sing. That's the reason why I sing. That's the reason why I shout. That's the reason why I'm able to soar to another level. Yeah. Come on, Eagles. Where my Eagles family at? Once you join us in our amazing Eagles Academy, where it's all about ideas, impact, and influence, empowering you to soar into success and purpose, giving you the insight, the information, and not just the information, but the implementation of how to break through to another level, how to break free, right? To become free for. In order to be free for, I got to be free from. Free from stinking thinking that keeps you sinking. Free from all the negative self-concept of other people's ideas. It's time to see, it's time to seize your next level. Once you go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, yeah, go there. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form. I want you to be transformed. I'm talking to at least 5 of you right now that you need to go ahead, become members of our amazing Eagles Academy, where it's taking you to another level, sharpening your skill set, maximizing your mindset, building your tool set, healing your heart set, speaking to your soul set, causing you to be an asset in any particular environment. Go right now, theeaglesacademy.com. Join us. Join us. The bonsai tree usually grows in small pots. And like I said before, growing in a small pot restricts the roots. Doesn't allow you to remain rooted. And you will only grow to the capacity of the environment in which you are planted in. Restricting the roots prevents the bonsai tree from getting too big. And here's the thing. Whoever you intimidate will be who you eliminate. And there's a lot of people who are intimidated by you because they think that if you grow, you're going to outgrow them. And oftentimes they're right. So what do they want to do? They want to prevent you from getting too big. They want to tell you your thoughts are too crazy. Because they know you don't realize, here it is, that first they call you crazy, then they call you for advice. But you've allowed people to talk you out of what God wants you to step into. Get out of the pot. Get out of the pot. The pot is a pit. Family, just type get out. Get out. Get out of that relationship that's gaslighting you, that's in a place of narcissism. Get out of that toxic connection of a trauma bond. Get out of the pot, because the pot is a pit. Ooh. Did you hear what I said? On the outside, it's a pot, but on the inside, it's a pit. Bonsai trees. Here's the second thing about it. Bonsai growers often trim the roots to keep the tree small. I'm going to ask you this question. And isn't it interesting that they call them bonsai growers when they're trimming roots to keep the tree small? That doesn't even make sense. You're not a grower if you're causing the tree to remain diminutive. You're a cutter. It's antithetical. How many times has someone cut you down like a bonsai tree? Here it is, to keep you from growing. They had to talk about you to other people to keep you from growing. They had to talk about you to your face to keep you from growing. They had to tell you that your idea was crazy to keep you from growing. They didn't want you to be a bamboo. They wanted you to be a bonsai tree. Lord have mercy. Yeah. They didn't want you to boom in a place of growing 80 to 130 feet in 8 weeks. No, they just wanted to put you in a pot, to put you in a pit so that you trip, so that you slip. Because here it is, like the previous series, they never wanted to give you any water. Here it is. They never wanted to water your development. They never wanted to, here it is, they never wanted to pour into you. They didn't want to pour into you. They wanted to keep you poor. They didn't want to P-O-U-R. They wanted to keep you P-O-O-R. They wanted you to keep on passing over opportunities repeatedly. And here's what you got to do. You got to get out of the pot. You got to get out of the pit. Because here's what the pot has to be. The pot has to be, here it is, pot, P-O-T, has to be a place of transformation. You tuned into the transformation station. You tune into the inspiration station. Come on. How many times has someone cut you down like a bonsai tree to keep you from growing, to keep you from booming, to keep you from blooming? Cutting down your mind, cutting down your heart, cutting down your self-esteem, cutting down your hopes and your dreams. Here's what happens. Here's the beauty of taking a bonsai tree out of its restrictive environment. I don't know who I'm talking to. I need you to get out of the restrictive environment, the restrictive environment of trauma, the restrictive environment of abuse, the restrictive environment, and break out. The restrictive environment of why it won't work, the restrictive environment of all the excuses rather than executing, the restrictive environment of procrastination, which keeps you in a place of stagnation. The restrictive environment of stinking thinking that keeps you sinking. Here's the thing. Take a bonsai out of his pot, plant it in open ground. It's going to shoot up. Bonsai tree without any restrictions. Can hear me, family? It can grow as high as 16 feet. But here's the thing. In a pot, that's a pit where its roots are restricted. It only grow as high as, hear me, 3 feet. You will only grow to the extent of your environment. That's why you got to be in an environment of eagles. I didn't say beagles. I didn't say pigeons. I didn't say robins. I didn't say chickens. You have to be in an environment of people who want to see you soar. Why? Because they understand that a win for you is a win for them too. Yeah. You don't just soar as high as your dream, you soar as high as your team. Got to be around people who are not in a place of competition, but in a place of collaboration. You will only grow to the extent of your environment. The pot, the POT, should symbolize a place of transformation. Place of transformation. Family, just type transform. Come on, type transform. And here's the other thing about this, that place of transformation. When I'm not in a pot, that becomes a pit. What happens when your growth is not stunted by pots, soil, or pruning? Instead, I need you to hear me. What happens when your growth is hindered by your own accord? What happens when your growth is hindered by your growth is hindered by your own unhealthy habits? Yeah, you're the one hindering your own growth. Short-sighted pursuits, not putting pride aside, debt and doubt, trauma bonding, crippling fear, because fear now becomes a prison. Fear now becomes torment. Fear paralyzes you, but only faith mobilizes you. What happens when you're just simply clinging to the past? It is essentially, hear me, arrested development. And it's time for you to break out of what keeps you bound. Time for you to break out of what keeps you broken. Time for you to break out of what keeps you in bondage. Yeah, I'm talking about the emotional incarceration, the psychological pain, the emotional incarceration in a prison without bars. Time for you to break out of what keeps you arrested in your mentality, emotionally arrested. Your emotional intelligence is arrested. Spiritual intelligence is arrested. Relational intelligence is arrested. Moving in a place of self-sabotage, locked up in an old mindset, locked up in an old way of thinking, locked up in a trauma bond, locked up in bad relationships, locked up in toxicity, locked up in trauma. When it's time for you to be free, when it's time for you to break out, when it's time for you to get out of the place of stinking thinking that keeps you sinking, when it's time for you to do something different to get something different. It's time for you, here it is, to get into a place to where I know it has the keys. And that is the Eagles Academy community. It's time for you to get into a community of greatness. It's time for you to get into a community that desires to empower you to aspire, that desires to, here it is, grow your greatness, keys that open up the door to your mental health, keys that open up the door to your relational intelligence, keys that open up the door to your business acumen, keys that open up the door to your personal development and your empowerment, keys that open up the door to where here it is, you're not plateaued, but you're growing to greater each and every single time. I want you to be a part of my amazing masterclasses where I teach, where I coach, where I train, where I mentor, where I share best practices, where you're in a safe community of individuals who share best practices, what works, what doesn't work, how to improve, how to grow, how to develop. Listen, you owe it to you to be in the Eagles Academy community. You owe it to you to go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Go there right now. Theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button. I want you to fill out the form, be transformed. You owe it to you to grow your greatness. You owe it to you to develop in your business and in your relationships and in healing trauma and in healing overcoming the trials of your life. You owe it to you to find success from situations that you experience. Come on. Come on. We want to welcome you in. We want to welcome you in with not just open arms, but with open wings, with wings of love. Because if you spread your wings, I guarantee you'll win over and over and over again. Not only going to the Eagles Academy, but I want you to go to theeaglesacademy.com/store, where we have the bestseller book blueprint. Yeah, where I'm giving you strategy, structure, solutions to develop your book. 80% of Americans want to write their book. Only 1% actually do. It's time for you to get into the 1%. Time for you to build your book. You got a story to share. Somebody needs to hear your story. Somebody needs to read your story. Got to overcome the stigma, silence the shame, actually share it. Write it. Make it plain. Let me show you how to do that. Giving you my specific mastermind skill set, blueprint of what I do and how I've written 16 books over and over and over and over again. How have I been able to write a book, and not just a book, but a multiplicity of books? And they go number one each time. There's a system. System saves yourself time, energy, and money. You owe it to you to take the blueprint, make it yours, download the blueprint, get it, take your book to another dimension. Those of you who already have books, how to get them into the hands of people. I'm giving you the strategies, the structure, solutions on how to do that. Once you also go ahead and get the successful speaker strategies, generally after you write a book, people are going to ask you to talk about the book. How are you conveying your message? There's an art of communication. Go ahead, download my successful speaker strategies, and I'm going to show you really how to master your message at the microphone. Conversation, communication, presentation, all of it. Go ahead and get it. TheEaglesAcademy.com/store. You get the successful speaker strategies at accessidentity.org/speaker. You can get the bestseller book blueprint at accessidentity.org/author. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. It's going to be special when you get it, when you download it. Family, did you get anything from this tonight? Y'all pray for a brother. Y'all pray for a brother. I'm be all right. We gonna be all right. But here's the thing. Once you make sure as well that you go ahead and download my free ebook, More in 2024, How to Become More, Make It Your Most Successful Year Yet. Also get the Art of Communication. Yeah, the Art of Communication. Your words are a paintbrush. When you're speaking, are you connecting when you're communicating? What picture are you painting? Here it is on the canvas of people's minds. I want to stretch the elasticity of your mind. Go ahead and get these resources. They're going to be a blessing to your gifts. Speaking of gifts, if you'd like to sow into this amazing, amazing session, even on today, if you'd like to sow, because you got to sow where it is that you grow. Yeah. Send me a love gift on Cash App. Feel free to do that. Cash App, $Access Identity. Yeah, you can send your love gift. You can send your donation, Access Identity on Cash App. As well, if you'd like to be a show sponsor, yeah, we're on PayPal as well, Zelle. I don't know if it's Venmo too, but the information is right there at the bottom of your screen. But for show opportunities, show sponsorship opportunities, you'd like to be a sponsor for the show, email me, reach out to me, info@EddieConnor.com. And of course, you know you got to put some respect on my last name. No E's or S's in my last name. EddieConnor.com. Family, did you get anything from this today? Did you get anything from this? I don't know. Should we do a part 2? I feel like I have more to say. Yeah. You know we're not out of time. You know I'm not out of truth, just out of time. Yeah. Show's out of time, but you know I'm not out of truth. I feel like there's more to say. I feel part 2. Feel part 2 coming to you. Why don't you go ahead and get any of my books on Amazon? Got 16 books out there. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, iTunes, Audible. Go ahead and get the books. Go ahead and get them. It's going to be an absolute amazing benefit and blessing to you. Readers are leaders. If you're going to lead, you need to be able to read. Yeah. And not just be able to read, actually engage in it. Most literate person is not the one who can't read. It's the one who can read but won't read. Yes. Family, we're out of time. But you know I'm not out of truth. Like that great rapper once said, there's no way I can pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand. I want you to know that you are appreciated. So I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. Yeah. In the midst of me coughing, we still rolling. No days off. I'm on it. I'm showing up. Good hair day, bad hair day. Coughing, not coughing. So I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I want to thank you for rolling with me. Each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, on the digital airwaves of social media, but also particularly on YouTube. I just took it for granted that you were putting some thumbs up today. But matter of fact, come on, family. Hit the thumbs up button. Don't just put the thumbs up in the chat. I need you to hit the thumbs up button as a matter of fact. Let me say that twice because oh, so nice. Don't you just put the thumbs up button in the chat. I need you to hit the thumbs up button on YouTube as a matter of fact. While you're there, hit the subscribe button. Yeah, hit the subscribe button. Tap the notification bell. Why? So that you can be alerted, so that you can be updated, so that you can get all the necessary information whenever I drop it. Connect with me on social media. I'm on all the social sites. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop. At EddieConnorJr. ConnorJr. EddieConnorJr. Family, y'all keep showing love. You know, I'm going to keep showing up. Of course, if I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, please reach out to me. I'd love to come and speak at your event. Yeah, invite me. I'd love to come and empower you, your church, your conference, your community center, your college, your school, your seminar, your workshop, whatever the case may be. Holla at me. Family is yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother from another mother. Family, it's been fun, but you know a brother got to run. But I want you to know, it has been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. But I want you to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, and brighter. Peace and love. Keep soaring higher.
Hey, it's yours truly, Dr. Eddie. Listen, don't you want to level up in your life? Don't you want to actually dominate this year? You need strategy, you need structure, you need solutions. If you're going to level up in your relationships, you're going to identify your brand identity. If you're going to identify your identity, this is your year to become more. This is your year to do more. I'm telling you, this is the time to grow your greatness. You need to be in a secure environment, in a community that really cares about your growth, that wants to enhance it, that wants to push you in a place of not just information, but transformation for your application. I'm telling you, you don't just go as far as your dream, you go as far as your team. Join our team. Become a part of the Eagles Academy. Go right now, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button and become a member of this amazing academy with so many amazing people, locally and globally, who understand that their network determines their net worth. They want to soar into success and purpose. I can't wait to see your face in our digital space. Go right now, theeaglesacademy.com. Yeah.